Everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Robbie Craig of the Flip Flop Flipper. On today's video, we're going to talk about fix and flip, guys. I got this. I've been doing this for a long time. I've been a value add real estate investor for over 25 years, and I've done over 3,000 deals. Most of them were fix and flips. So what is a fix and flip? What does that mean to be a flipper? It means you're going to buy something at a low price because it needs lots of work. There's distress, right? There's some distress with the seller. There's some distress with the property. It doesn't matter where the distress is, but there's distress. If you're going to do these renovations and you're going to bring them up to the highest and best use, you need to find the properties that are distressed. So when you're looking for these fix and flip properties, you want to look for the distressed stuff. You want to look for the hoarder house. You want to look for the foreclosures. You want to go to the tax deed sales. You want to go to the place where there's the most pain. Guys, if you're a follower of this channel, and you should be, give the video a like and smash that subscribe button. You are a problem solver. And real estate investors, they solve problems. The bigger problems that you solve, the more money that you're going to make. And real estate investors who are doing the value add stuff like we do on this channel, you can make lots of money. That's why you want to be in the flipping business. That's why the Robbie Craig of the Flip Flop Flipper, I've got a great life because I buy stuff cheap, I fix it up, and then I resell it or I rent it out for cash flow. And you can too. So how do you identify what's a good deal? You can't just buy something that's a piece of junk and pay what they're asking for it. If you find a property from a wholesaler and they send you a price and you just pay without looking at it, you're going to be committing suicide, and it's a formula for disaster. You're going to lose money if you don't know how to comp out the properties. What you need to look for is what are things selling for that are in good condition in the neighborhood where you're at. So if you can buy something down here because it's destroyed, because it has distress, because it needs a whole bunch of work, then you have the room to fix it up and then sell it up here. And you can get these comps through Zillow. You can ask realtors who are selling things to give you a comparative market analysis. You can even pay for appraisals if you want to. Any way you're going to do it, you need to make sure that you're buying it right. Guys, like anything else as real estate investors, you make your money when you buy it, not when you sell it. You realize your money when you sell it, but it's super, super important. You can overcome all of the other problems if you first buy it right. If you don't buy it right, so if you don't buy it cheap enough, you will not be able to overcome that problem. That is a massive, massive problem, especially on your first one when you're getting started out. You want to make sure that you get yourself a great deal. So you want to be buying something that's at the bottom of the market that needs the work that you can then fix it up and then flip it for top dollar. Also, I'm doing this video in preparation for a live masterclass about fix and flip that we're going to do over on the school platform on our Apex real estate community. We believe that this kind of investing is true real estate investing, and we believe that it resonates with our core audience. So when you're comping out these houses, the comps that you want to look for, the best comps that you can find, are comps in the same neighborhood where the property was bought when it was distressed, and then it was fixed up, and then it was sold at the top of the market. So you can get those off of Zillow. You can ask realtors to provide them to you through CMAs. It's called market research. You're going to want to learn it. This is an important part of becoming a successful real estate investor, but these comps that you're looking for, they're very apparent, right? So most properties are going to sell in this range at the top of the market. You want to find the stuff that sold first down here and then was fixed up and then sold at the top of the market. That's other real estate investors doing exactly what you want to do. Those are the very best comps that you can use, especially as a new person getting started as a fix and flip real estate investor. Now we're on to how do you find the money for your fix and flip deals? Can you just go to the bank and the bank will just say, oh, great, you're a new real estate investor and you're buying a piece of junk, El Dumpo, right here. You're buying it at the bottom of the market. It needs a whole bunch of work. Why don't we just lend you all of the money, right? That's not going to happen. I'm sorry. That's not the way it works. What you're going to need to do as a real estate investor is you're going to need to find alternative sources of money. So what we like to do is either borrow money from private individuals, and they're called private investors or private lenders, or there are others that are called hard money lenders. So when we're borrowing money, that's who we go to, private lenders or hard money lenders. Why do we go to these type of lenders rather than go to the traditional bank lenders? Well, first of all, as a fix and flip real estate investor, you want to get in and you want to get out and you want to move quickly. And if you see a great deal and you've got plenty of spread in it to do the value add real estate investment and then sell it at top of the market, there are dozens of other real estate investors in your area that are going to be seeing the same thing, because there aren't that many of them, guys. There are only about 3 to 5% of the entire market of stuff that's going to be for sale in your area. So competition is heavy. You need to be able to make the offers fast and get the money from a private lender or a hard money lender. They move faster than banks. They're also real estate investors. So they will come alongside of you. They'll see what you see, and they will trust in you. They will lend on your deal of the lifetime. The bank will still make you jump through all of the hoops and basically not qualify the house at the end of the day. As a fix and flip investor, borrowing money on these distressed houses is a really, really hard way to go. So just letting you know that up front, ripping that Band-Aid off. It's going to be very hard to get the banks to lend on this stuff. Even if they'll lend it, they won't lend it fast enough. Bankers are terrible business people. The next thing that I want to talk to you about on these fix and flip deals is when you're thinking about your renovation budget. So maybe this is something that we should have talked about before even talking about getting the money. But when you're thinking about how much you're going to spend on a renovation, I want to encourage you, renovate the big ticket items. So what are the big ticket items? The bathrooms and the kitchens, that's what sells the property. That's what gets you the massive lift. Those are the places that you can invest lots of money in and get a high return on. You're going to need to make sure that the roof works and that it doesn't leak. But if you can get away with not replacing the roof, you don't make any extra money because you've got the new roof. So you're going to want to only renovate to the level of the neighborhood as well. Don't over renovate these things. You're not renovating the Taj Mahal in every scenario. If you're buying something that's in a neighborhood that's a working class neighborhood, you renovate for the working class neighborhood. But listen, renovate to the level of the neighborhood that you're selling the house in. Hey, when you're thinking about these renovations, obviously this is a big part of making money as a fix and flip real estate investor. So you want to know what you're going to spend on the house before you make the offer, probably. So if you can, you go out and you do the inspection, or you look at the property and you're trying to gauge what your renovations are going to cost, because it's a big part of how you're going to make your offer to the seller. If the house is worth $200,000 fixed up, so if that's the top of the market, you want to be all in at 70% of what we call the after repaired value. So if the after repaired value is $200,000 on a renovated home, then you can multiply that by 70%, subtract out your renovation costs, and that's your maximum offer. You want to be all in with your purchase and your renovation at that maximum 70% of the LTV. If you do that, you're going to make money as a fix and flip real estate investor. And guys, nobody wants to become a real estate investor to lose money. You want to be making money. You're doing this to get yourself out of the 9-to-5, to get away from the rat race and get out of the matrix. You're doing this to get yourself some freedom. And real estate investing can create a great life. The fix and flip style of real estate investing is a great way for you to create chunks of money, big paydays in a short period of time. It's a really fun way to be a real estate investor. Guys, when you're thinking about becoming a fix and flip real estate investor, you're going to have challenges. So let's say you go out and you find the deal of a lifetime, you put together the money, now you own it, and you got to go renovate it, and some things are going to pop up. You're going to start with one contractor, and you're going to have to fire that guy midway through and end with another contractor, and that's never fun. But know that it's going to happen. If you have to buy it right, that's the first most important thing that you can do. Then you have to get the money. That's the next most important thing you can do. Then you need to renovate the property, and you need to do that in budget, and that becomes the next most important thing you do. So as real estate investors, you have a series of the most important thing that you can be doing in the process, right? So make sure that you buy it right first so that you can overcome some of these other problems that will happen at the next stage and then the next stage. As real estate investors, we make our money by solving the problems. And so one of the problems that you're going to have as a fix and flip real estate investor is getting your renovation done on time and on budget. So this is a big deal. This is a big part of it. And all right, guys, let's talk about marketing real quick. So you've done all the hard work. You bought it really well. You found the money for it. You put the deal together. You fixed it up. It looks like $1 million. It's worth what it should be at the top of the market, and it's time to sell it. So guys, now you're ready to market the property. Should you stage it? Do you want to spend that extra money on there to make it look good? I'll tell you right now, we're experimenting with this. We have gone thousands of times where we didn't stage anything and they still sell. Price sells everything in the States. We've sold it by owner using just ourselves. We've used realtors to do it. And now in today's market, you can do things by putting it on Facebook Marketplace. You can put it on Zillow yourself. How much work do you want to do will determine where you're going to market it and what you're going to do with it. I think you need to remember that pictures are going to sell. We're in a digital world right now. So most of the ways that you can sell, you're going to need great pictures. So either Be very good with your pictures if you can do it yourself, or hire a professional photographer. This is super important. I think also spending the money to stage a house, if you've got enough room in the budget, you're going to sell faster. You're going to get a little bit more money if you stage it as well. So guys, if you're going to become a real estate investor, maybe you started out as a wholesaler and you've done a deal or two, but you're quickly wanting to take it to the next step. Fix and flip is the next step. You can create big chunks of money by doing this strategy. We've been successful with this for 25 years now. Finding a property that is bought way down here because it needs a whole bunch of work, doing the value add, bringing it up to its highest and best look, to its top of the market value, and then putting it on the market and selling it. When you are a fix and flip investor, just remember this: buying it is key. That's where you make your money. You make your money when you buy it. If you buy it right, you're going to make money. You're going to be able to overcome all of the other problems that come up, and it's a great life. I encourage you guys to become real estate investors, and the fix and flip strategy is one way that anyone can do it. It's really not that hard. If you want to come and check out our masterclass where we're going to deep dive on this subject matter, join us over on the Apex Real Estate community. The link is in the description. We want you to come and join us over there on that platform. You can network with us, you can learn with us, and ultimately, guys, we want to make real estate easy for you, and we'd love to do a deal with you. So with that, give this video a like. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.